All right, the therapists are gone. I'm at one of my clinics, and I want to tell you about the 3 areas that you're messing up right now. Now, don't be offended because I'm messing up in these areas too, but you're messing up in 3 big areas, and I want to point it out, challenge you to do better. All right, let's go over them. All right, the first way that you're messing up, and yes, I do have a sticky note and it's pink, is that you're not learning enough. You've got too much social media in your life, you've got too much TV, you're not learning enough. You have to feed your brain. If you're in private practice or want to be in private practice, you are a professional. You have to up your game. You have to be taking in information at such a level that it's going to improve your game. So, that being said, you need to subscribe to some great podcasts. I highly suggest mine, Start a Therapy Practice, and some other motivational and learning podcasts. You have to be reading at least 1 book a month, a self-help book, a business book, something that is going to help you improve your game, do better in business, and do better in life. 1 book a month. You can do that. I like audiobooks. So you can do audiobooks or hard copy books. All right, 2 more on here is exercise and sleep. Now, you're a therapist. You might be getting a lot of exercise, but are you getting a lot of sleep? At least 7 hours a night of sleep. Like I said, I'm messing up a lot on this too, so I need to get a little more sleep in my life. I like to get up and get things done. But you know what? Sleep helps us perform better. And so there's some studies done that people who get 5 or less hours of sleep, as the day progresses, they basically act like they're drunk. Their reaction times, their thought processes, it's like they're drunk. So don't go throughout your day like a drunk person. That's just not helpful. All right, the second area that you're really messing up in is you're not loving enough. You're not caring enough. You're not serving enough. All right, so a few things here. First, you have to put the other person in front of you. You have to want to serve. You have to, what they say, pay it forward. All right, so you have to self-sacrifice here. Now, I would suggest that you start by loving yourself more, taking care of yourself so you can take care of others. And then the next person in line is your family. All right, your family, you need to serve them and you need to love them. Now, above all of that, I'm going to get a little spiritual on you here, is that you need to love God above all things. You can't get the other things correct in order if you don't love the Creator, your Creator first and foremost, and sacrifice your day to Him every day and align it in that manner. All right, the last thing that you're not doing good enough is you're not living with intention, with discipline. So I got some new business cards made, and on the back it says, live by discipline, not by default. So a lot of us just go through our day and we're just reacting to whatever comes our way. We're just waiting for something to happen in order for us to respond to it instead of being proactive in planning our day. So on here, I suggest that you set some long-term goals. You're a therapist. Set some long-term goals. Where do you want to be at in a year? Break that down. What does that look like day to day? How are you going to get there? Begin each day intentionally. So I have a notebook. Let me get to this notebook real quick. Got me a new notebook here. Take this sticky note off. So in this notebook, and it's real. It's hard copy. And so I'm taking notes in it. So the first page is what I do every day. You can see these little tabs. These are kind of cool. Buy these little tabs and you can write on them. I'm kind of going old school here. Got some sticky notes. Love sticky notes. And so I can just write down my thoughts in here, and then if I want, I can snap a picture of it, put it in my Evernote. But anyway, right here, the first page, it says what I'm going to do every day. So the first thing it says is that I'm going to pray for insight and assistance before everything that I do. So this is a goal. I often fail, but I want to revisit this. It's not so much that we have to learn, is that we have to be reminded of what we need to do. That's why I'm looking at this every day. So one of these things that I want to do every day is look at my calendar. So I've created a calendar with blocks of time, and then I check that every morning. And then what I'm doing is, and that's what this sticky note is right here. Excuse me. This sticky note is the one big thing that I want to work on today. It also has in here a couple other things. I have in here every day is, who do I want to surprise and how am I going to do that? So, I mean, how are you going to bring joy into the world? Another one is, how am I going to sacrifice today? What am I going to sacrifice? Make that very tangible. Write it down on a sticky note. If you write it down, thoughts are just, you know, I mean, you can't even see them. Thoughts are nothing. They're important, but when you write them down, you can make them happen. So the one big thing I'm going to work on, who I'm going to surprise and how, what I'm going to sacrifice, and when, basically. This is all for today, so every day is a new sticky note. And I also have a reminder in here is to ask, kind of before I do everything, say that prayer for God's assistance, and then to ask, what's this for? Why am I doing this? What's the intention? Because there are certain things that you can work on that are good, seem to be good, but it's not what you're supposed to be working on. And so in that, working on that good thing, but it's keeping you from doing something that's great, that, my friend, is not God's will for you. You're kind of failing in that regard, but don't worry. I'm failing too. Everybody's failing in this regard, but we have to do better. So live your life intentionally with discipline and not by default. And it really helps me to write it down, to have it, and to be very clear in my intention of each day. What's the one big thing I'm going to work on today? All right, do you have any tips that you use for productivity, for just to get things done? I'd love to hear them. And as a reminder, I'm going to open enrollment to the Academy of Private Practice October 25th through the 30th of 2017. I open enrollment 3, maybe 4 times a year. Kind of helps me make sure I'm helping all those therapists who are coming on board to open and close it like that. Which is another point. In the Academy of Private Practice, we provide accountability. So that's probably another area that you're messing up on, is not having somebody to be accountable to. Now, my wife is great with this, so I'm way over married. So I have to be accountable to her for certain things. Like right now, I'm going to work on numbers for our private practice, and I'm going to report those numbers to her. I'm accountable to her for that task. Who are you accountable to? That's one thing the Academy of Private Practice can do. We hold each other accountable in order to help you get to that next level, to get things done. That is one of the best aspects of the Academy of Private Practice. Sure, there's videos I teach in there, and we have a monthly book club that we do, all kinds of good tools in there. But I love the accountability and just the relationship building and the interactions. So I'd love to see you join us in the Academy of Private Practice. Go over to startatherapypractice.com/academy. I'll put a link down below too. All right, thanks for watching. Let me know if you have any questions. Godspeed to you in your practice.